Hello great people, and welcome to another interactive session. Today I'm going to show 3 quick methods and simple methods for our beginners on how to install Dreadlocks. So welcome, share my work, comment, and stay logged up to the end. So welcome guys, we are going to do the extension on this mannequin head, which we did a tutorial there before on how to section the hair. So let's quickly do the 3 methods. So today I will be showing 3 quick methods that you can adopt as a beginner in order to come up with lock extensions. First method on how to install lock extensions is that as a beginner you need to swiftly move forward and look for quick methods and easy methods that you can adopt in order to come up with lock extensions. These are some of the methods that you can adopt while using crochet needle. Guys, I'm gonna be using this crochet needle, which is 0.5 mm. You can have a lock 0.5 mm, and it's a double crochet hook. So point number 1, make sure you separate the hair which lies loose at this far end so that you can go ahead and graft. So point number 2, pick the hair portion that you wanna graft, then cover up with the portion from the lock extension. Then try and wrap around that way, guys. Wrap around to disguise the hair section, which is from the section that you are grafting. That way, it's very simple. You can repeat it again. Separate the loose hair strands that way. Then pick the hair portion that you are grafting on. Cover up with the loose hair strands from the extension portion. Then try and wrap around that way. You see, and you can try and palm roll a little bit. That's how the extension looks like. Now go ahead, use your crochet and graft the lock extension from that point, that way. Now these are just quick and simple methods that you can adopt as a beginner, which can give you quick results. So guys, whenever you are pushing the crochet, remember that crochet usually enters and comes out with some micro loops. You can have a look. These are the micro loops. Then don't let go the loops. Just insert the crochet while the loops are in place. Pick additional loops, then tangle the previous loops that way. And that's the sequence. That's the sequence, guys. Don't extend the loops too far from the point of intersection. Just try and keep your crochet inside. Keep it inside, guys. That's how you do the grafting. It's very quick. And make sure you come up with a smooth point of intersection that rhymes with the rest of the extension in terms of volume. Have a look, guys. We haven't done it for a long time, but now you can have a look. The extension is already in place. That's the first method that you can use as a beginner in order to install locks. Remember to like my work, comment, and share to your friends. Have a look. You can't even note the point of intersection. Have a look, guys. And the lock extension is firmly in place. So let's go ahead and do second method. So let's do the second method. And this is the way to go. Now, differently from what we did from the first method, the second method is gonna be the other way around. So just pick the portion, the hair portion that you're grafting, This is the hair portion. Make sure you separate the loose hair strands. Then your grafting part should be in place like this. So we are going to use the loose hair strands from the portion that we are grafting to wrap around this lock extension. Have a look. Just place the lock extension at the center that way. Then wrap it using the loose hair strands from the portion that we are grafting on. Then you can use your crochet as usual. I understand that we have been giving many tutorials on how to do instant crochet, but just for the sake of our beginners, I will always be repeating the procedure. So this is method number 2. We have wrapped around the lock extension using the loose hair strands from the portion that we are grafting on. That way, that's another way of grafting the hair extension. That's another way that can be adopted by our beginners. It's a very easy and simple way. You just need to master the crochet movements in a way that we say that if you want to move the crochet from one point to another, make sure you bend the crochet in a certain angle. That way. Bend it that way. Why? So that the crochet can get off the micro loops. Whenever you force the crochet to come out, you might end up breaking the loops. And that way you'll come up with a weak point of intersection. Why? Because you have broken the loops. Now this becomes our second method of grafting the lock extension. Have a look on these 2 strands so far. You can't note any difference. Guys, our point of intersection well resembles, and the lock strands volume, the volume of the lock strands as well rhymes with our point of intersection. How do we achieve this? I've just shown that this was our first method, this was our second method. Now we are going to do our third and final method that can be adopted whenever you are doing the lock extensions, more so to our beginners. So let's do another method on this section here. Method number 3. These are loose hair strands from my lock extension, and these are the loose hair strands from the portion that we are grafting the lock extension from. Now, this is the way to go. Pick your lock extension, then place it on top of the grafting portion. That way, to certain level, make sure the loose hair strands overlap on both sides. Then you can pick the loose hair strands from the lock extension. Make sure you wrap them around on different directions, like on my case, that way. Wrap them around in different directions. Then you can wrap them around backwards, that way. Wrap them around backwards. Let's begin once more. Now method number 3, guys, pick your lock extension with the loose hair strands at this level. Pick your portion that you are grafting. Make sure the loose hair strands are well, in place. Then place the lock extension to some level. Make sure that the loose hair strands overlap on both sides. You see, I'm just placing the lock strand at that level, making sure that the loose hair strands are overlapping on both sides. Then I'm gonna begin with this side. Make sure you braid on this side. Make sure you braid. I'm trying to braid. while moving, towards the skull and braiding. Then to certain level, braid backwards. To certain level, make sure you braid backwards. Braid backwards, guys. Trying to braid backwards while approaching the point of intersection. To that level, you see, now I've braided the lock extension loose hair strands. Now we are going to braid the loose hair strands from the portion that we are grafting on. Then pick the loose hair strands as usual, braid them. Just try and do a traditional 3-strand braid towards along the length of the lock extension. To certain level, start braiding backwards. Braid backwards. Braid backwards, guys, towards the point of intersection. That way, up to that level. You can try and knit that way. Try and knit the point of intersection. Then, if you can have a closer look, the lock strand is already in position. This is another way of grafting the lock extensions for our beginners. Now, what remains is that you are just going to pick your crochet tool, try and do some, instant crochet movements at this point, and the lock extension will be firmly in place like forever. This is another simple and quick method for our beginners. Now, with this final and third method, that is the third method, offers the assurance that the lock strand might remain in place for quite a long time. More so to our beginners who don't know how to do the crochet so much. So this is another quick and easy method that they can adopt. So guys, remember to like, comment, share to your friends, and stay locked for more tutorials. You can as well, guys, join membership as a way of supporting the channel. So finally, guys, just to give a few tips on how to do the crochet. Make sure you tilt the lock strand on both clockwise and anti-clockwise movements. Whenever you're doing the crochet, tilt the lock strand in clockwise, then do it in anti-clockwise manner, just to offer a nice way of tangling the hair portion. That way. Now that was our final method, guys. So let's compare the three methods. Have a look. Have a look, guys. The three methods. These are the points of intersection. Have a look. The lock strands are firmly in place, and the volume of the point of intersection doesn't differ with the volume of the lock extensions, as well as the volume of the portion from the skull. Have a look. That's a nice way of doing it. Guys, don't do lots of crochet movements at this point, because you might make the lock strands stiff. That way the lock strands will not be manageable. So you just need to do minimal, instant crochet way, so that you can leave the lock strands with certain flexibility, just to be manageable whenever you are doing the style. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your time, great people, and stay locked for more tutorials to come.